Hello. This week, we're going to talk about how to use the skill cope ahead, specifically for body image issues that arise during the holidays. I'm excited because I am joined by our body image program manager, Duvall, so we can talk about how to use this skill. I'm so glad that you're here to talk about cope ahead.
I'm so glad to be here because I think cope ahead is such an important skill when we're talking about body image.
One of the reasons I like cope ahead is because I already do the first half of it, which is worrying.
I hear you on that.
So for those of you who don't know what cope ahead is taking the worrying and then imagining yourself or practicing, putting into action, using skills to successfully get through hard times. How can people use cope ahead when it has to do with body image in the holidays?
Yeah, I think a lot of people make comments about your body or the food that you're eating or how your body has shifted or changed since the last time they saw you. And so it can be really nerve-wracking thinking about going to a holiday dinner or a function with people that might make comments about you in that way. And so cope ahead is one of those things where you can think about what comments might pop up for you, what kind of feelings will that bring up, and what skills and techniques can you use to really support yourself with those emotions in that time.
I love that. So often we sit and worry like, oh, is my uncle going to say this? Is my grandma going to say this? Well, instead of just worrying about it and getting stuck in that loop, let's write down all the things that they might say and let's write down how we're going to respond to it.
Absolutely. I think that empowering piece is so important because, like you're saying, a lot of times we're already thinking about those worries anyways. And so now we can think about what skills do we have to our use in those spaces so that we can feel empowered going into those functions.
As a parent, when I think about cope ahead, I think for myself to cope ahead with the fact that my child might not enjoy this family dinner that they've always enjoyed before, or that they might not enjoy the holidays as much as they have before. And as a parent, my urge is, how can I make them enjoy it? Instead of, how can I cope ahead and think about how I am going to be able to tolerate that they might not enjoy the holidays, and that's okay.
Oh, I love that example. And I think for me, as someone who has recovered from an eating disorder, I always felt really nervous that someone would make a comment about my body or how it's changed. And when I thought about how I could use some of my skills, I decided to pull in my mom as my support system. And we actually decided to use a code word in those situations so that I could just say it without any explanation. And she would know to come in and help me shift the conversation. Because sometimes it is really hard being the person that's experiencing the emotions and having to shift the situation too. So it can be great to pull someone in.
I love that. And that you've taken an action with it, that you've planned with other people, thought about how you could do it. And I also like practicing.
Absolutely.
I know people who going to a big family meal and like, you know what, how about the week before? Why don't we eat the things that we traditionally eat at the meal? So the only thing that's hard about not the only thing that's hard, but is all of the people there. It's not the first time having this food in a year or two.
Absolutely. Yeah. That practice is so important.
Yes. I think we could talk about cope ahead all day, but I'm glad that we got to have this discussion.
Me too. It's so important.
I hope that you found this discussion helpful as you look forward to and prepare for the holiday season. Please take some time to talk with your family and cope ahead on how you can use skills to stay in your recovery, stay aligned with your values, and find joy in this holiday season.